Absolutely, and you see just how close he is to reactive armor only on the 6th round.
Pushing through the mid this time, it's Karma, your bomb carrier, as always. Envy, they've had the opportunity to switch it up. Ooh. Optic, you always know Karma is going to have it. So you spot Karma, you know where Optic's going on the map.
Apathy 8-1. He single-handedly locked down this inside site for his team at A. But now he's got 2 Optic Gaming members just on the other side of this wall. Do they elect to push him? How does the challenge play on out?
And for me, this is a sign that they're not playing for streaks. They just let Apathy play his best positions on the map. And yeah, fighting for his life here, but he really has no support.
Well, now he does. That's John watching over. Karma with one back onto John. Envy peeking in for middle. They have no idea this is coming. It's a hole in the Optic Gaming setup. That lets Apathy push on in. AR in the back though from Crim6 is ready.
Envy's just playing for the round win, but it comes down to Crim versus Cap one-on-one.
2 of the winningest players in Call of Duty history. JCap spots him, gets the kill, and the defuse.
Crim, you may have the most wins, but I have the most money. And Cap is showing you why he always performs at COD Champs.
Moments like that are why JCap is well on his way to a potential 3rd Call of Duty World Championship ring in a row. Stays composed, gets the kill. And now Envy continued to walk away with this lead.
So intense. You can feel the tension here in the room.
Oh yeah.
My tongue is dry, Jack. Can't even talk right now.
It's okay.
Getting fired up. Envy looking for round number 5, and Apathy will not be your... He is not looking for those streaks. Instead, they're going to allow him to be freed up to use the Scarab, and potentially the reactive he picks up 2 more kills. Formal on your screen is going to be the spotter here. The scout looking for any movement on the middle of the map. If he sees something, Karma is in position to react.
Oh, he spotted that. The sniper lens, so there's a lens flare on the sniper. He does see one, he'll have to back up, but still Slasher with enough time to cut him down with that NV4.
Yeah, Carmen tries to get out, but not with his life this time, and you have to be afraid anytime you see that sniper lens. John has been nearly flawless with this weapon throughout the tournament. Apathy, he is in the middle of 3 optic arrows, and I don't think he knows it, but you can see him just spinning in circles on that mini-map, arrow number 1.
Ooh, Crim has made it onto the site. Envy had no idea he's made it here. There's one. 2nd player spotted, trying to stay alive. If Crim6 can play his life here, this would swing the round in Optic Gaming's favor. He knows that they're close. 2nd kill, not connected yet. Still staying alive. Look at the clock again, Chris. It's been Envy's enemy once this game. It might happen again.
Cap nearly had him dead to rights. That trophy's going to keep Crim up, but not for long. Apathy is there for the trade. And this comes down to a 2-on-2. Formal gun in the back by Slasher again with another 1-on-1 win.
Reactive armor from Apathy. Beautifully played from Envy. 2 1v1 engagements change that round. The first when Apathy slides in and kills Crim6. He earns the reactive armor off that. The second, Slasher soaring on out and gutting down Formal opens up the opportunity to go for that bomb plant with just enough time. They began to plant it with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Again, only takes 5 to plant the objective.
Now, granted, that was a tough situation for Formal, but that is twice now that I've noticed Slasher feeling confident and challenging him in the 1v1. He's won it both times that we've seen on screen.
Can Envy close out this game here? Will we see another rendition of the infamous 5-2 comeback? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Apathy challenges one, at least gets first blood. That's all he needs to do there, putting Envy in a 3v2.
How good have Apathy and John been in the showers, man?
Oh, yeah.
Like, Apathy, he plays that role so perfectly. John, he is always there for a trade, and this is going to give Envy a man advantage. This is game point. You can tie up the series right here. All you got to do is take down the Jinja Ninja Scump. Scump stay the job done in Search.
And Apathy shoots up out of his chair for damn good reason. The man goes off in Search and Destroy. As you can see, Envy fans looking for that 3rd ring for JCap, tying the series up 1-1.
This is a ridiculous match. You're guaranteed $100,000.
Yep.
You win, you double your money minimum, $200,000. Most importantly, though, you are 1 step away from 600 grand a trophy, and a third ring for either J-Cap or Karma, a second ring for the rest of Envious, and of course Krim, he's in that hunt for his second ring as well.
Folks, let me set the stage for you going into map 3, Frost Uplink. Envy so far here at the Call of Duty World Championships have not lost an uplink map. On the other side of the stage though, Optic Gaming since Dallas have been 13-1 in Frost Uplink, their best map and mode overall in all of Infinite Warfare. You cannot miss this. We'll be right back. in uplink. We'll see what we can do. 3, cross uplink between the... watch over their teammates with the drone and hit those shots in close quarters.
JCap with drone in hand is looking for an opening. He needs a lead blocker, and Apathy just got stopped by Scump. Scump causing a lot more than just one issue. He is going to find his second. Looking for a third. He's going to take down John. Scump is on a spree. Finally going to be cut down. Karma, though, is going to loop back for the objective. He has 2 lead blockers. Unfortunately, Cap is waiting for him, and just like that, these teams are going back and forth, back and forth. The first real opportunity for Envy now.
Thankfully for Optic, they do get at least 2 players on their portal to try to go for a stop, but I don't think it's going to happen. Envy should strike first here. There it is. The dunk goes through. That's Apathy. 9-2 out of 4 streak.
Just like that, Envy on the board, and that's what we expected. You had a big defensive stand from JCap. He picks up 2. Apathy's in the feed right after, and they come surging forward. Optic tried to go for a fast break. The pass is not going to go anywhere, though, as you had JCap working with Slasher outdoors. JCap going to take the drone up top. Has John right behind him. They're going to try and stall this out. Buy time for Slasher to get into position.
Can this push work out for Envy? Again, they move it right towards this inside shift corridor. They want Apathy with the submachine gun to reign supreme. Crim6 and Slasher in a gunfight. Crim gets the better of him. Formal with 1. Everyone dead on Envy. Unfortunately, though, for Formal, he does team kill Scump.
And here comes Optic Gaming. All 4 defenders are in position for Envy, though. Formal's going to drop the first. Does he check his corner? He does. Apathy melted by Scump and Formal. The duo working together. Now they continue to push forward. Scump can't move this drone up yet. He's waiting for Crim. Strong defense so far, and Karma, he lets Gravity get the best of him. Doesn't matter for Crim. Last man up. 3 defenders there for Envy, and Crim just sneaks it by before they can get into position to intercept.
Crim might be starting this game 4-9, but he's the reason why Optic Gaming have their 1 point on the board with that throw. Woo, John just snaps onto him right there. That's Envy. They're doing a better job of controlling this drone, keeping it in their possession so they can set the pace and tone of this map.
Envy up by 1. Win is Optic, going to threaten with a dunk. They haven't had an opportunity quite yet. Slasher has been such a thorn in their side in the center of the map. You saw in Envy's last push, it was Slasher constantly flanking. The other 3 pushing together as a swarm. And here comes Envy once again. They just got 3 down. 2 are going to spawn up, make it all 3 up at the uplink portal. But JCap goes off the right wall. The bank goes in, and you are going to see the dunk make it a 4-1 game.
It doesn't matter who they're facing right now. If Apathy continues to shoot this well, how do Optic stop him? I mean, he's 18-7 already, and we still have 50 seconds here inside 1.
Jack, I just called for a listen-in. We're going to do it in the second half, and we're going to do it with Optic Gaming. Yesterday, the magic worked as we had one of the best listen-ins of all time with Team Envious. But Optic, you have to think, they're in a tough situation. 30 seconds left in this first half. You're down by 3. If you don't get a dunk here, or even a 1-point play, your confidence is rocked on your best game mode.
That was just a brilliant play from Apathy right there. Soaks the shots from 2 different players, stays alive, trusts in John to get the kills, and then winds up turning and turning onto the final 1. Apathy on pace for close to 42 kills if he can keep this up.
MVP-like performance from Apathy in our first 5 minutes. JCap just 5-11. Incredible defense so far, setting up these kills. John positive as well, and Slasher has been a monster. But Formal at the end, just reminding everybody, this is what I'm capable of, son.
Listen, that was flashy from Formal, but they're going to need more from everyone on the side of Optic Gaming. It's going to be a team effort to shut down the one-man army that is Apathy right now. He's got 4 times the kills of his teammate JCap.
And Jack, I think it's time. Let's do it during the half. Let's crank up our headphones. Let's go to our listening.
Okay. So connector's open. I'm pretty sure App likes to pinch it.
He probably will.
Pretty sure he does.
I want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm nading connector. I'm going to look at the high, then I'm going to watch it. Nothing high, nothing high, nothing high.
Looking flank.
Left side, left side, left side, left side,
guys.
Flasher, not weak, not weak. He's top tractor. One's hitting high, cap.
Okay, Matt. Oh, one's low, one's low.
Absolute circle.
Go pinch it. They went right,
One
they
hit
went
connector,
right.
one hit connector immediately.
Yeah,
One hit
watch
connector
that.
immediately, guys.
I don't see him.
He's like close, he's close.
They went right, they went right, guys.
Yeah. I'm going around.
Might already be here.
So
I'll kill
connector,
connector, I'll kill connector there.
Pass back, pass.
Yeah, the connector got one guy. I got it.
Ship.
Go red.
Back left.
Go red, guys.
Ship. Here.
Red behind you. That's shield, John.
Got me.
John's red.
Back red.
Let's go. Red, John, you might grab.
I'm going ship.
You went plat.
Guys, help me ship, guys.
Getting close.
One's to your right, Austin, to your right.
I can slide inside to get the ball off.
I'm here.
I'm stunned. Want to go for it?
Yo, I'm going back right with him.
They grab.
They threw back.
They're back, yeah.
One's close circle.
Watch a wall. Going back left. I'm going back left.
We're just gonna hold it here. We gotta make a move.
No. Wait for Damon.
Top left ship, dead.
Top left ship.
One's a dozer. Dozer going circle right now.
Ship still?
Ab circle.
Where's Slasher?
Step. They wrap.
Going right.
Close,
Two guys mid.
John.
Two mid.
They're going right.
Yep.
Two right.
We're fine. One. Nice.
Nice. Another one,
They're
Slasher.
playing keep away.
Yeah, they are.
You got
they
me.
are.
He's
Playing
behind the
time.
ball.
I'm
I'm
He's
gonna get a
going
little aggressive.
We got behind us. Side door. Back left.
Cap back left.
Nice.
One more mid on me, right? Slasher?
Two top ship. I got one.
Big guy, Damon.
John's weak. Right side. I'm here with you.
Nice one.
John, by box.
Nice. First guy cap.
Watch my wall.
Watch out, absolute.
Nice, Amir. Don't let him grab ball.
They're gonna be ice.
Close behind you. We jumped over you. You circle. They won't get him. Nice.
Oh, back door.
Calm down,
I know.
Calm down.
Back left.
Weak back left.
I'm going in. Guys, get ball control.
Back left. Dead.
Nice
Back.
Watch out, shoot.
2 minutes and 30 seconds already burned off the clock. Envy holding on to their 3-point advantage. And Optic, really, they've never had a true opportunity to even get into the Envy base. This looked like it may be the first, but again, JCap holding strong. How has Envy shut down these pushes from Optic Gaming?
We actually pulled out of the listen at the perfect time because you heard the last note from Formal say ball control. Envy, with the kills they're getting, they've just held the drone in their hand for 2 of the 3 minutes we've played so far on this side, making sure Optic can't pick where to go. Finally, OG gets some kills in the middle map, and that lets them go for the 1-point play.
And here comes Scump. He is going to throw this one to the top of the map. Look for the kills first, hoping that objective would draw their attention. Instead, Envy lands the kills. That is all blue in the feed. Once again, Karma's going to get one. John just throws the drone back to the center. Slasher's going to pick it up, and we got a camo ready.
This could be the dagger in the hearts of Optic Gaming here in map number 3. Can't stress it enough. Envy have yet to lose. Uplink this weekend. Optic, it's their best map and game mode combination since Dallas. A 93% win rate. Slasher moving forward. He pops the camo. Optic looking to body block. There, get the stop! There's still a chance. JCap last alive. He's now dead. No camo for Envy. 1 minute left. Optic down by 2.
Optic Gaming has 55 seconds left to get either 2 1-point plays or a dunk to force overtime. Envy, you get a 1-point toss. It's a 2-possession game. Ooh, you might as well chalk them up on the scoreboard.
Oh, what a nade from JCap. The nade hits Karma from the grave and stops any presence from Optic in middle. The drone will reset. No camo yet from Karma either. 30 seconds left now for Optic Gaming to try to come back and force the OT.
Overdrive available for JCap as well. If Envy wants to go for a fast break, he's your guy to go on the quick score. A team grenade unfortunately taking down JCap, and this is an opportunity now for the Optic Gaming crew. Crim6 has 2 lead blockers. It's going to be Scump working with Formal. The duo in the front line. You got to make this dunk count. Crim's going to throw it down. Scarab's coming in. 5 seconds to hold for Envy, and that kill should seal the deal. Everyone's going to fall. All 4 down. Envy takes the lead in our best of 5.
Arma never earns the active camo. Cannot have that be the scenario you're in on a map like Frost Uplink. A rough map for Crim6 there as Envy now take the 2-1 series lead.
This is nuts. You think all the way back to Dallas. That was back in March, guys.
Yep.
5 months ago. Optic has only dropped Frost once before this game. Envy is playing perfect when they need it most. Yeah, they fall short in the Stage 2 playoffs to Optic Gaming, but a fantastic series there in the grand finals. It went 2 best-of-5s. This time around, they're looking to seal their spot in the championship match once again, and they are 1 game away. Do they get revenge right here as we go to Hardpoint?
JCap's COD Champs resume somehow continues to improve. One thing we do have to take note of, while Envy have looked lights out in Uplink, Optic have yet to lose Hardpoint this weekend. Can they force the game 5 by winning their best game mode twice in a series, or will Envy make the statement that Optic Gaming couldn't by beating them in their undefeated game mode?
Turn those trigger fingers into Twitter fingers, Jack. Let us know on Twitter at COD World League who is going to take this one. Are you going Optic Gaming, or are we seeing Envy power their way through to be the first team in our championship match? What Jack and I know too. We always love reading your thoughts. It's time to get this one started. Now, when you look at the map, Scorch, you see these 8 players. Who is going to be the biggest threat in the lobby? Who's your guy to look at as we go into game 4?
Oh gosh, I mean, looking at things here, John, for me, from Envy, he had a rough map 1 Hardpoint. It would only be right that if our COD Champs MVP can get back to another COD Champs Grand Final, it would be John to swing the tide into Envy's favor. On the side of Optic Gaming, Crim6, you need to see his resilience shine through. Goes double negative on that Frost Uplink. Literally had probably his worst map of the weekend. Can he mentally bounce back and be the force that Optic Gaming need to force the game 5?
I feel like John and Apathy just have Crim's number. Every time I see this matchup, I think that those two have the edge. Crim6, though, he's the guy that you heard the analyst desk. They were saying he's in the running for MVP. They thought he was going to be the star of the entire tournament. He needs to show up big once again, because we all saw game number 1. What was it, 85 kills between Formal? 89. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. 89 kills in game number 1 from Scump and Formal. We know what they're going to be bringing to the table on Scorch.
Wow. I genuinely cannot believe the scenario we find ourselves in, and even scarier than maybe the situation that these teams find them in right now. Waiting in the wings in that losers bracket final, a white-hot Team Luminosity who have stormed through the entirety of the losers bracket, basically single-handedly eliminating the entire European region from this tournament and getting their revenge on Rise Nation, who beat them earlier on in the weekend. You know LG are watching this series. They're taking notes. They're seeing who's playing well, who they have to shut down. But before we can get there, Optic have one last chance to force a game 5.
I know coming into this weekend, everyone was wondering, how is the trade going to work out between FaZe and Iw United? To be here on Championship Sunday, though, it is incredible to see the squads that we have been keeping our eyes on over the last 3 years. Optic Gaming and Envy. LG, they're still a threat in that losers bracket. But a lot of people on Twitter, Jack, are telling me it's definitely going to be one of these two that you see holding the trophy at the end of the weekend. Do you feel that's true? Do you feel if you win this winners bracket finals, you take the whole thing?
I think so. I'm looking at this more and more, and if I'm an Optic Gaming fan, I'm scared right now. Whether this goes to a game 5 or not, Envy have already beaten Optic and S&D once and look very, very good in it. Game 5 will be retail, but the other thing is, if Optic Gaming, let's say they do lose here, they fall down to face LG, a team that they've obviously had close series with in the past in Infinite Warfare, a team that can match them in the slang, absolutely have the caliber of play that they need to beat Optic Gaming. And then even if Optic makes the finals of the losers bracket, they then have to take 2 best-of-5s versus Envy. Obviously, they did that at Stage 2 playoffs. They need to do it again here.
Game number 4, I'm told the rig draft just started. The players are going to be loading into the game. They're going to be picking their payloads. And it's time to party. When we go to Hardpoint, most important payload, is it the camo once again?
Yes, camo will always reign supreme across every game mode. We've seen some very solid reactive armor so far this series. Apathy showing up big time with that. You remember the 1v1 he got in that Search and Destroy to shut the round out. to give Envy that 5-2 lead. Optic preparing. Formal, again, a very vocal leader of this team, trying to keep them composed. The map has loaded on up. Here we go. Game 4, Scorch Hardpoint. The E-Classico continues between Optic Gaming and Team Envious.
I love me some Envy, but I feel like I'm a lot of you out in the crowd right now. How many of you want to see a Game 5? It's time to wake up, ladies and gentlemen. It's early in the morning, but this is your Winners Bracket Finals. Who wants to see Optic Gaming take this Game 4? We heard some boos. The Envy fans want to see the deal sealed right now. And it all starts right here. We're going to be opening things up with Optic Gaming Scump, the pre-fire. You see 28 grenades landing in the middle of the map.
Smokes as well from Envy. Scump with this NV4 doing what he can in the hard point. Envy retake as they'll wind up taking back this early lead.
Now you see at the top of the map, player number 5, Karma, went across the sky bridge on a flank. Player number 1, Apathy, he took the wall run. Both teams trying to flank each other, and Apathy, he is going to be caught by Scump. That is a big kill from Scumpy. Look at where Envy's going to be spawning now.
That's an example of an engagement, a kill that Scump needs to win throughout this map. He needs to win the majority of them versus Apathy. For many, they are the 2 best submachine gun players in Call of Duty across the last 2 years. As it's a tied game, 18-18. Envy, though, getting the kills they need on rotation. Crimson shut down again.
Now, you remember that throwback. It was a pretty close game number 1, and that's because Slasher, he kept pace with Scump and Formal. Apathy, he was about 10 kills behind everybody else, but you had a terrible game from John, a really slow start. JCap, not the fantastic start we were hoping for from him either. Envy, they got to keep up with Optic Gaming when it comes to the slang. So far, they have done it, and once again, they're in the early lead. But Optic, they're in control of the turbine. If they stop Apathy here, they got a chance of pulling away.
Someone's just got to, I think at this point, Karma's got to turn and slap Crib across the face. Wake him up. Crib, if he turns things around, that is how Optic will get to Game 5. He's 0-3 right now, only 3 seconds in this hard point. He was my MVP pick for the weekend. He was right behind Formal in overall KD. Coming into this matchup, but right now, he's getting shut down on the main stage.
And we can go to player number 5. I'd love to see, did Karma get streaks? Okay, just the Scarab. He was on a 5 streak earlier. He had some objective time. I was wondering, did he unlock a Trinity quite yet? Not going to happen. So it's all 4 down. Optic Gaming losing a crucial fight on rotation. Envy doubling up their score at the start of the hangar. And now it's their opportunity to lock this one down for 60 points.
Envy beginning to pull away with this map. Scarab now going to try to push for these spawns. John, it gets shut down. Formal now there as well. Optic do retake. If they get these 35 seconds, we'll have ourselves nearly a tied game.
Envy got really aggressive. They tried to push out Optic Gaming. I was going to say it was costly, but then all of a sudden you see it's John, it's Apathy in the feed, and John is just handing out the business. Krim coming over the wall run, picks up 1, but Slasher is there waiting for him. Slasher with 3 in the feed. The triple is good. Optic across the map on the spawn. 14 points remaining. They're just going to give up on hangar. They're going to rotate down to the drill.
Getting absolutely outslayed right now is Optic Gaming. Envy looking like a championship caliber team. They've eclipsed the 100-second mark as they've got OG down by a full minute.
And we talked about the fun fact that Envy has never lost to Optic Gaming at a Call of Duty World League Championship. Over the last 5 years, their 2 wins, well, it was a 3-1 back in 2014 in the losers final. Last year, it was the 3-1 victory in the winners bracket round 1.
Potentially, history can repeat itself for a 3rd time here. Formal, quiet start from him. Early 5 and 7, those are the kills he needs to get. Optic need to surge on through. Still 30 seconds left on drill. Crucial time to continue to mount this comeback.
Formal backing up, trying to stay alive on this streak, and he's so just getting shredded right here.
Apathy is so good, another kill. He just single-handedly cleared drill for Envy to retake and get back the 60-second lead.
If he keeps playing like this, you might as well start engraving the MVP trophy. Apathy has been a monster. Search and destroy, huge plays. Uplink leading the charge on almost all of the scores. Currently sitting at 14 and 7. Slasher right behind him with the K-bar on this map. is at 14-6. We talked about the duo of Scump and Formal. Well, Envy, they have a Bash Brother duo of their own.
Scump and Formal in game 1 combined for 89 kills. Right now, if this game stays at this current pace, Chris, they'll only hit 30 between the two of them.
Envy's at the halfway point. Optic down 40, basically. How do they get themselves back in the game? You have to start thinking about this Turbine Hill that's going to be coming up next. They got to win the battles for the scrap time. Envy, another clear in the middle of the map. They will be the team set up first.
JCap wins another clutch gunfight. Optic need to just get set up, rotate, get in a comfortable position. They haven't done it once this entire map.
And unplug Apathy's controller.
Yeah, well, that too. He's 18-9 now, but finally, it looks like Optic will give themselves a chance to get set up for a hill. They've got to watch this pinch, though. Karma's cleared the warehouse. Now the green arrows will focus towards this outer catwalk side. A beautiful grenade, though, from Slasher. Has cleared Formal out of cover. The two pieces there, the third. Plays like that continue to push Envy above their opposition. Uh-oh.
We heard it. Let's go Optic chant. Now we got a rival. Let's go Envy chant behind us. The boys in blue feeling the support, and they are rolling with it. Here comes Optic, though. A three-man hit. Apathy is going to have his hands full. JCap shuts down 2. Apathy looking for the third. Solid defense so far as they continue to score. They're up over 160.
Optic looking their most vulnerable so far in Hardpoint this weekend. They have yet to lose it, but with how Envy are playing, this might just be the map. One thing we have to point out, in game 1, Optic went up by 80 seconds, and no matter how hard Envy fought, they were never able to mount the comeback. Envy, who went up by 60 early on, very early in this map, have continued to hang on to that lead. John with 2. I just don't see how Optic come back.
Well, you got the two-time world champion on your screen right now. Karma was the first to do it. He did it at the first 2 champs. He's about to get camo with this next kill. The payloads could be a difference maker. You got to turn the tide somehow. Karma doing everything in his power to keep Optic Gaming in this. He's at 20-13. Formal, negative. Scump, -10. Crim 6, -3. There's only one man getting his job done, and he is doing a hell of a job. But you can't win this 1-on-4.
Scump having his absolute worst map of the weekend so far, and there, to get full streak, Slasher punches Formal across the jaw. 24-11, a 7 streak, and nearly beams him off the respawn.
This is a ridiculous showing of force here from Team Envious. They are 42 points away from victory. Optic just now will be hitting the halfway mark. And look at this, score streaks are coming in. You can't touch the hill if you're forced inside. Apathy is outgunning Karma once again with the E-Rad. Optic Gaming finally gets in, but the question is how long? There's still more streaks to work with, and Slasher may call down the Trinity now.
Slasher is on point right now. He's got Apathy to follow him up. 10 kills in the scoreboard, make it 11. Even more coming in, a panic camo from Karma. He's got to try to make a play. Doesn't look like it'll happen as Scump is cleaned up. The trade is won by Envy.
And look at Apathy. He's running out one door, sees shots behind him, doubles back, instantly challenges it, almost wins it against Crim 6. Apathy playing with so much confidence, but now Crim starting to heat up. 3 straight kills. The E-Rad has to match that of John and Apathy so far. Both players have been winning those fights.
Here's how Optic Gaming will come back in this map. They've got to at least keep this score even in middle. Okay, or Apathy will do that. He uses the reactive to win this middle hill break for his team. But Optic, they have to retake now, Chris. They need to set up for Turbine and play flawlessly from here on out, but they have no answer for Apathy, the recurring team in this series.
And I thought it was John doing the damage. I just took another peek at that top right. Look at Slasher. 27-14. John, he's been assisting a lot of these kills at short range with Apathy.
Oh my God.
But it's the duo Apathy and Slasher paving the way to victory. You saw the score streaks coming in. They are 19 points away. We may see that losers bracket finals between Optic Gaming and Luminosity. Envy, 10 points away. Count it down, ladies and gentlemen. One more fight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's done.
the first time in Call of Duty Champs history, we will have our reigning champions back in the grand final to defend their title as Call of Duty World League champions. JCap has his shot to earn the third ring. And wow, there's a lot of sad Pepes in here for the Optic Gaming fans, as we now have Envy in back-to-back grand finals.
I'm blown away. Envy, I wrote them off. You get top 3 at Atlanta.
Yep.
You come into Anaheim, you finish 21st to 24th. You don't win a single match. You're blown out by everybody. You hit rock bottom. They come back in stage 2. They go to the grand finals. They play Optic Gaming there and fall just short. Today, they get revenge, and they have sealed the deal. They're guaranteed $200,000 and will be playing for back-to-back trophies. Make it back-to-back-to-back for JCap.
Forget everything, folks. If JCap does this, he truly is the GOAT in Call of Duty. It might just happen. Can he earn that title of greatest of all time for the achievements he's had under his belt? Envy have made it to the grand final.
I got good news if you're an Optic Gaming fan, though.
What's that,
Your
Chris?
team lost. You get to see them go up against Luminosity once again. Potentially a third match against Envy, and if you win that there, you're going to force a 4th match against Envy, as they now will be coming from the losers bracket and will have to win 2 best-of-5s. But we know one team that is just 3 wins away from holding up that trophy. We'll see if Envy can get it done. They just took a step forward, and we got Julie with JCap on the stage.
Thanks so much, guys. JCap, I just want to ask you, this environment right now, wild with a crowd of Optic fans, what does it do for your team performing as well as you have been in front of this crowd?
I mean, it's crazy. The crowd's insane. Obviously, a lot of Optic fans here, but I mean, I don't think that gets to us as a team. We've been together a while now. We have a lot of success together. I think we're capable of playing our game, regardless of what the crowd or any outside noise is. And I think we just showed that.
You come off the success of the comeback wins last night. You come in and you dominate today. What is the strategy for this match?
Just play our game. I mean, we've been practicing all year long. You know, we play those guys a lot. We know how each other play, and when it's a match like that with 2 great teams, it just comes down to who executes, and that was us.
Now, you personally have 2 rings. You have a chance to make it 3 tonight. What would that distinction mean to you?
I mean, it'd be insane, obviously. I think I'm just focusing on the match first. That's kind of an outside thing, you know, an afterthought, but let's just get there first, and then we can talk about it.
Okay, speaking of how to get there, what's the focus?
I mean, playing our game again, the focus is just, we definitely made some small mistakes. I think we'll go talk about them while this losers finals match goes on. Try to even improve our game, but you know, my teammates just absolutely destroyed that series. So if we just keep playing like that, we'll be good.
Sounds good to me. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Ben, back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the JCap era of Call of Duty. JCap has now been, or will be, in 4 of 5 Call of Duty World Championship Finals. That is unbelievable. I mean, yeah, round of applause for Kaplan. That is unbelievable. Team Envious is an organization also in 4 of 5 Call of Duty World Championship Finals. Unbelievable record that organization has for JCap playing for his 3rd ring. I mean, Team, you have won. Emotionally, how must he be feeling playing for his 3rd?
I don't think he's really focusing on that right now. He said it in the interview right there. Just focus on the match first. And when your teammates are playing like that, everything probably just feels easy for him right there. Right. You beat like the main competition in the tournament. Now you have that advantage going into that championship. A team has to beat you twice. It's the perfect spot to be in. He's probably feeling comfortable, calm, and just comfortable right now. Exactly.
Because he's been in this situation before, man.
I don't know about all that, man. Stage 2 playoffs. They had 2 series. That's what they're thinking about, right? That's in the back of their mind. As much as they don't want to think about it, stage 2 playoffs, they blew 2 series. Did they not play their best Call of Duty that we just saw? No. But, I mean, if they can fix those mistakes, if they can come out and play a better map number 1, it's going to be very tough to beat this Team Envious lineup.
It is worth mentioning. There's been a lot of talk about the Optic Gaming killer. Who is it? Who is it? Is it Aches? You know, is it JCap?
Yeah.
I've got to say, apathy. Yeah. You can go back way back. Yeah, obviously, sorry to bring back bad memories. You ended up winning the World Championship anyway, so it didn't really matter. Yeah. North American Regionals, when At played for Strictly Business, of course, he beat Complexity there. FaZe, Envy last year. Apathy, he must be the OG killer. He has to be.
He's just a fantastic player, and I know Krim is not like playing against him. Going back to even like 2014, for example, there's so many times where he would, in specific, would give us so much trouble. The fact that he's able to put so much pressure, he plays random corners on the map. Apathy, when he's in that mode, it's like you can't stop him.
He's killing everything there, Momo.
I think Apathy, we touched on it last year, you know, when he was partnered with John. This was some, you know, SMG duo that could literally take on anyone. And a lot of people doubted them coming in, and rightly so, you know, after a top 24 position at Anaheim. And yes, they brought it back at stage 2, but people still doubted them. Still people thought, you know, can they go toe-to-toe with the likes of Luminosity, Optic Gaming, United even, and, you know, they're proving it once and for all. Apathy is a beast, you know, he turns up when it matters, and I love the fact that he's so resilient and he's so confident in his own ability and his teammates as well. That's the main thing for me. He's so confident in going into a gunfight with his team.
That's the big thing to me. You watch that game back in Search and Destroy, and the uplink, the Scorch, perfect team play all around. The biggest thing is they trust one another. When you watch that team Envious move, the way they slide, bait and switch, they know that one another, they're going to pick up those kills. It makes their lives so much easier. But as you guys said, Apathy, what a performance from that guy. Slasher as well. They just dominated.
They did. I mean, obviously, Team Envious take the winners bracket final 3-1. We'll go ahead and talk a little bit about that series now, because it started off in emphatic fashion for Optic Gaming. You have Formal and Scum dropping 44, 45 kills. At the end of the game, I turned around, I saw Scum screaming. It reminded me of 2013 Anaheim. He was getting all kind of passionate and fired up. But it just felt on the flip side, Momo, that Slasher needed a little bit of help in terms of slaying. Of course, he himself had 42 kills.
Yeah, I think that really does kind of, you know, sum up this map in particular. When you've got one player like Slasher dropping 40-odd kills, yes, it's great, but when you've got the likes of Formal and Scum, you know, doing what they were doing here, it was hard to watch. If you're an Envy fan, you're sat there with like one hand on your head, like, oh, this is not good. And you know what? To see one player turning up and doing, you know, such good work, I'm really happy with the way Slasher has dealt with the past couple of months, because he was critiqued for, you know, his attitude. He's critiqued for the way he spoke to his team. And I think 2 months ago, Slasher made a turnaround and been like a little bit pissed at his team right here. But I don't think that was the case here. I think he's changed mentally as a player. And I just think that he'll have worked with his team on this, and it clearly showed in the later stages. But just to kind of sum up this map, Formal and Scum, my God, like, that is what they can do.
Yeah, and what we talked about really, this matchup, that third guy, who's the number 3 guy, right? You have Slasher, you have Apathy. On the other side, you have Scump and Formal. Who's number 3? So far, it's been Crim6, right? He's been playing very, very well this event. On the other side, John. John didn't show up in this game, number 1. That was the big problem. Cap also, I think, around like a double negative. You cannot have that in a hard point, but it was a great overall performance, I think, from the duo of Formal and Scum.
And of course, moving over into Search and Destroy, you may have thought Envy's heads were down, but not for long. One of the key things that I really noticed, even you said yourself, was it just kind of felt like Slasher didn't care about Formal. He didn't care what name it was. He was challenging and he was winning those fights.
And he shouldn't care about Formal in this sort of scenario, but the thing I want to focus on specifically is the defensive setup from Envy over towards this shower side. How many times did you see Apathy playing outside of that ring with John looking